Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LMS Summer Split Game 2 between Rise Gaming and YE Spider. Coming at you right now, Rise Gaming able to take Game 1, picking that team fighting composition with the two scaling 80 carries. YE Spider weren't able to close out their early game advantages. We'll see if they look to change up their strategy going into Game 2 here. Bans so far going to be the Braum takeaway that Koala used so well last game, as well as Oriana being taken away from Wuji. Wuji very confident on that champion. Don't want to give it over to him a lot of the time, especially if they go for a team fighting composition. He can really start to take over the fights. Talia as well taken away, so looking to shut down the roam potential as well. Corki still available, which a lot of teams default to if they're looking for that roam strategy in the mid lane, and Talia is taken away. Corki is a lot of the times what they default to. Zac, Caitlyn ban, of course, on the red side, and as well as the Xayah, which was banned away, I believe, in the first game as well. Kalista is available here. It was banned away last time from Rise Gaming in the first rotation. We'll see if they want to get that onto Breeze right away. There is a lot of different champions. I was going to mention the Thresh as well, since the Braum is taken off the table. Thresh, very high priority. A little bit surprised they didn't go for the Kalista first pick, considering that is definitely, I think, one of their strengths as a team is grouping up and looking for these huge team fighting team compositions. I'm going to go with the Thresh, though. Very good first pick either way, and the Kalista will be taken away most likely here from Rise Gaming. Looking to put that one on Little V. And Rise Gaming, the team fighting composition worked for them so well in Game 1. Why not try it again? It will be the Kalista lock in. We'll see what they decide to take. Will it be the jungle pick? Will they look to lock down their support as well? Most likely going to be the jungle takeaway here. I would assume. We'll see if they stick with the Sejuani. They're actually hovering the Corki right now, so they want to make sure they lock down that mid laner for a little bit of scaling as well as some roaming potential. Be running out the clock. It will indeed be the Corki secured side of Rise Gaming, so both marksmen locked up already. Spider's turn now to round out their composition. Most likely going to go for the jungle and 80 carry, you would suspect. Rek'Sai being hovered at the moment. A lot of junglers available still. Elise also on the board. See what they decide to prioritize, though. They're going to stick with the Kassadin pick, so they think the Kassadin definitely wasn't the problem for the last game. Maybe just the rest of the team composition weren't quite able to put as much pressure as they wanted to. Speaking of pressure, they're going with the Tristana, which is going to play even more. I have a feeling YE Spiders want to... they're looking to redeem themselves from the previous game where they tried the 1-3-1 and they failed to pull it off. This time, though, picking the Tristana, which is a lot better at 1-3-1 than Varus because she's able to put so much pressure down on towers. And so far, these team comps, they're looking very similar for both sides. So it looks like YE Spiders maybe thought the misplays didn't come from the team composition itself, but the way they executed it, which I would agree. They definitely had an advantage. They had a chance to win that game, but they didn't quite have what it takes to take those towers down. Wuji will lock in the Sejuani for Lava, so they're going to be sticking with the Sejuani pick. And it's no secret what their team comp is looking to do so far. Go to the phase 2 of bans now. Rek'Sai taken off the board for Rise Gaming, targeting Epic there a little bit in the jungle. Elise still available though. I would expect to see that one banned out as well. As you can see, the mascot there for the side of the YE Spider. He literally has a spider on his back. And as somebody who is not too fond of spiders, that is quite terrifying. I'm all of a sudden cheering a little bit for Rise Gaming. No, we're completely unbiased here. Don't worry about that. The Alistar ban is going to come through for the side of the Spiders. They don't want that Alistar Kalista combo that is actually very scary. It's probably just behind the Alistar, the Kalista Thresh combo, but they already took the Thresh and banned the Braum away, so may see even a Rakan coming out from Rise Gaming depending on how they want to play this one. Oh, sorry, Rakan was banned away as well, so YE Spiders looking to shut down that bottom lane pressure from the side of Rise Gaming. Camille will be the pickup in the top lane, so they are looking to offer a little bit of split push. Camille, of course, does offer quite a bit of team fighting as well with that ultimate. She's kind of the best of both worlds in the top side. She's similar to Nara in that way, obviously a little bit less tanky. It will be the least pick from the Spiders since that wasn't banned away. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't banned away, actually. It's going to be a good way for them to take advantage of the other game once again and get the split pushers going. They decided to lock in the Poppy, though, so... I mean, the ban phase is already over, and I'm sure they're going to lock in the Elise anyways. Just a little bit of trolling on the side of the Spiders, so they're going for a tanky top laner. They're going to be looking to more play around the Kassadin here. Maybe more of a 1-4 split push with the Tristana playing heavily into that team composition. Taric being considered now for Rise Gaming. I forgot about the Gem Master himself. They banned away one beautiful bare-chested man, but Rise Gaming have another beautiful bare-chested man at the weight, so they're going to bring him in. It will be the Callista Taric bot lane, offering a hell of a lot of CC and engage potential. Good God, the team fight from Rise Gaming is scary, but YE Spiders are going to look to play smarter this time around that split pushing, especially the Kassadin. Expect a lot of pressure from the Elise. I'm guessing it's around the top side of the map as well as the mid. Probably want to shut down that Camille as well as get this Kassadin going if they can. It's actually the TP coming out from Muji, so he's not taking the cleanse, so that could mean even more focus on the mid lane. See, Wacko last game played very well in this exact same matchup. He was able to get a very healthy CS lead on the Kassadin, thanks a lot to the pressure from Epic. So a somewhat similar looking team comp from the Spiders. They're trading out some of the split pushing power for the Poppy, so they're looking for a slightly better front line there. You see the coaches will shake hands and exit the stage. Players on your screen right now, and the champions they will be piloting. Those team compositions are locked in. We're going to go ahead and jump into game right now. Mastery is on the screen. Doesn't look like anything crazy coming from these two teams. Fervor taken on the Callista instead of Warlords. I've seen that being kind of debated between these pro players over the past little while. Seems like you want to take that Warlords if you're thinking that you're going to be taking a lot of damage in lane, but he feels safe. He's got the Taric for sustain. It's a bit of a more passive lane. Tristana is a pretty good pick into the Callista, though. It needs to be said. There is potential for the Spiders to win this bot lane matchup, but I suspect that Rise Gaming will be able to get the push advantage. They'll be most likely Poppy pushing in on the top side for this little first bit. Look for Laba definitely to try to get PK going, though, onto this Camille if he gets the opportunity. Laba has quite a few options here, actually. He has a lot of gank assistance across the lane. Most likely probably going to be targeting either the top side or the bottom side. He has a few choices. He can either look to get the Camille going on the split push, or he could play around the winning lane on the bot side and kind of look to free up PK in that way, because if you can pull Epic and maybe even potentially Wacko down to the bot side with all the pressure you're putting on, it frees up the Camille to eventually start scaling past the Poppy. Poppy is a good pick into Camille, though, because her kit works very well against her. Forgot to mention that part. So he's going to be looking to shut down PK onto this Camille, make sure that split push threat never gets going. Like I mentioned, though, Camille does offer a lot to teamfights as well, so Rise Gaming with a lot of options with this team composition. Look to win in a variety of ways. Push advantage early on, going to go to the side of the Spiders. Nice bit of damage. Actually, that's a rocket jump forward. They're looking to go very aggressive. Ignite gets dropped onto Breeze, trying to dissuade him from going forward. Ignite also traded onto Lil V, so just Ignite's burned so far, but YE Spiders looking to take this lane aggressively. Gotta give him props there. Getting the push advantage. Tristana, of course, with that explosive shot, can be taking down those minions quite aggressively. Early gank coming here from Epic onto Wuji. He has no cleanse, so he has to be extra careful. He's getting closed in by 3 members. The flash over the wall. He's going to run right into the awaiting arms of a Thresh. There is no way he's getting out of this one. Hook, Cocoon. Here comes Wacko for the last bit of damage. They do hand the kill over to him. First blood onto the Kassadin. That's about as good a start as you can ask for. Turn our attention to the top lane. Just a bit of trading going over. So Epic making use of that pick early. We mentioned in Champion Select he might be looking to target that mid lane, especially since Wuji doesn't have cleanse. And they were even brought K into the party just to make sure they could secure it. Great job so far. Utilizing this early game, Elise paired up with the Thresh, going to be offering redonkulous amounts of CC. Wuji going to burn his TP to get back to lane. He picked up the call for himself, so he's going to be in farm mode once again. He's going to be on the back foot against this Kassadin, who picks up the blasting wand early. He's looking to snowball this lane. As soon as he hits that ultimate, take a little while from now. We're both only 4 minutes into this one. Still a good start for the Spiders. Playing aggressively in this bot lane, able to stop the push from Rise Gaming, as well as taking advantage of that mid lane. K going to be a bit behind on levels thanks to the roam, but he's still feeling pretty good with the Tristana at his back. Like we mentioned, Tristana, if they are able to get priority in the lane, she's actually a really good pick against Callista, because you can really dictate how the trades go. The explosive shot going to be doing a lot more damage a lot faster than Callista can get the Ren stack, so you just get a few autos onto the explosive shot, back off, and you should win the trade almost every time. And you have the rocket jump as well to lock down the Callista. She tries to start bouncing around the fights. Good bit of early pressure here from the Spiders. They don't have much vision of this top area, so they may have to be careful of a lava gank, but Epic, again, looking to make this at least work early. PK might be in a bit of trouble. He's actually decided to try to take the river route out of this one. Gets stunned up against the wall. Cocoon, is it going to be coming out? Will they actually flash for this one? They decide not to, so PK managing to get out of that situation. He does have to burn the summoner, though. Continual pressure so far by Epic. It's on a little bit Lava now. He's got to start to hold back Elise's pressure. It's going to be a tall task, though. Wasn't the recall coming from Epic. He's actually going to end up spotting him out, and Cassidy has the push advantage. He will be able to collapse a lot faster. Lava actually might be in a lot of trouble here. No Rift Walk, though, for Cassidy, so he's going to take a little while to get over here. He's dropping pretty low, though. He's got the flash available. Will they flash follow this one? I have a feeling they will. It is even the early roam up from K. Hooking in Breeze. He's going to flash Flay. Will he get the blast cone? No, he will not. He will instead find the graveyard. The Poro getting slain. That is just brutal. 2 kills now to 0. That one also goes over to the Kassadin. Wako is, he's probably got a big smile on his face right now. 2-0 on a Kassadin, under 6 minutes in. Can't really ask for a better start. He's even keeping dead even in farm as well, even with these few roams he's done. Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Spider fan. That mascot doing work, motivating these players. Seeing a man, a fully grown man with a fully grown spider attached to his back, it really does inspire you. Wako feeling the inspiration on this Kassadin. He's going to have a very healthy recall once again. Wuji now, still without the flash, playing very passively as you might expect. Epic roaming. I can just hear the Jaws music. He's playing a spider, sure, but he's acting more like a shark this game, surrounding his prey, moving in when the time is right. He's got the summoner down on PK in the top lane as well, so he's got a lot of options here. He's just going to leave the bot lane to their own devices thanks to the pressure he was able to exert. They have been able to maintain the push advantage. You can see the roams from K, though. He is punishing a little bit that with the experience. He's down 3 levels on his own 80 carry, so he's going to need a bit of time. He is more of a CC bot, though. In early game, it doesn't really matter too much. There's not too much damage coming yet from the side of Rise Gaming. Sejuani's going to take a bit of time. Corky's going to take a bit of time to scale up, as well as PK on that Camille. Late game, I would probably give the advantage over to the Spiders. I mean, they have a decent front line. They also have a Kassadin and a Tristana. There's a lot of team fighting potential from the side of Rise Gaming. Hold that thought, though, as we got a red buff invade here. Laba, he's got backup this time, though. Here comes the bot lane from Rise Gaming. Look at it collapse. K in a lot of trouble. He does not have flash, and he's only level 3. He will most likely go down here. I don't see a way they can save him. Wako doing his best to dissuade them. He's going to hook off to a minion. Will the last bit of damage be enough? The Ignite does go through. Koala grabbing a kill for himself, and Rise Gaming get on the board here. Just under 8 minutes into this one, 2-1 now in kills there. Still in a bit of a hole, but they're managing to hold back a bit of the aggression. Excuse me, as Breeze here, this is what Tristana does best, though. If you decide to rotate or try to make a play around the map, she is so good at punishing you if you're not able to get a whole lot off of it. Thankfully for Rise Gaming, they were able to get a kill, so it is worth it. It was a bit of an interesting rotation. It seemed like they wanted to rotate their bot lane to the top and get out of these 2 matchups, but they kind of found the Spider and Thresh combo invading on them and decided to roam down, and then at that point they realized their bot lane was getting pushed in so heavily they had to rotate down pretty quickly, so they're going to be held off in that for now. Kassadin going to be spotted out on that ward. Looked like he might have been thinking of roaming down. This bot tower is dropping pretty low. They might just look to grab it quickly for that first tower bounty. They got to be a bit careful, though. Laba almost 6 on this Sejuani. He's going to have a lot of pressure. Breeze is going to get a nice little trade and take the ride out to safety. Package picked up from Wuji, so he's got a bit more safety for this next little while. Be feeling a little bit more confident trading into Wako. He's actually just going to use it to get a bit of wave clear going on for himself, helping him out in that regard. So first package going to be very uneventful, as you might expect when you're in a bit of a hole. Corky, he's about down 10 CS and 2 kills. He's in a lot of trouble here. Lantern just going to help Breeze get to safety. As you can see, though, a lot of kill potential on the side of the RG bot lane. Got CC for days. And if you pair the Sejuani in as well, Spiders do have to be very careful how far they push up. They need to make sure they have pressure on different sides of the map so they can take advantage if the aggression comes through from Rise Gaming. Decent CS leads across the board right now for the Spiders. Pretty even in the top lane, but it's the bot lane and the mid lane who are really putting a statement on this game so far, and that is thanks in kind to Epic on this Elise, putting down so much early pressure. See if he's able to keep it up here. This is looking similar to game 1, actually, where the Spiders were able to get off to such a good start, especially on the Kassadin. And then it just started to peter out. They weren't able to take the towers, but they have made the changes. They took Tristana this time to help knock down these towers. They have the Poppy as well, for a little bit of extra front line. They're trying to adapt and learn from their loss. They want to stick with the same style, but change up the picks just a tiny bit. Rise Gaming similarly sticking with style as well. They decided to pick up the Camille in the top lane, though, to add a little bit of extra pressure. Unfortunately, not working out so far. Camille is not known for her laning phase, though. She will scale up pretty well. So you might look to even see some continued aggression to the top side. Looks like Epic, for now, going to focus on the mid lane. He wants to back up his mid laner, who is trading very kindly into Wuji on the bot side here. Breeze continually going to be pushing this one in. It looks like they're going to roam up. Ocean Drake is available. If the Spiders feel confident enough to turn on that one, they got to be careful, though. Lava has hit 6 on that Sejuani, so he will have the ult available. As we mentioned a plethora of times, there's a plethora of engage on the side of Rise Gaming. As looks like Lava getting caught out a little bit here in the jungle. He's getting pretty tanky on that Sejuani, though. He's got the Cinder Hulk complete. He'll be able to take a healthy amount of damage. Is under a lot of pressure, though. Breeze cautiously moving forward here, trying to take the tower. Won't yet go down, but it seems like it's just going to be a matter of time here before they take the first blood gold from the tower. They've already got the first blood from Champions. The jungle control here for Epic, looking to keep this bot lane safe as they push forward. It might look to be the aggressive play here coming from the side of Rise Gaming. K forced the flash, does still land the ult onto K. He hasn't quite taken enough damage, though. TP comes through from Nexus. They're looking for the re-engage. They get the hook, stun into the wall. Sejuani's pretty tanky, though. Koala not so much, trying to buy enough time for the ult. The tower goes down, and now Rise Gaming in a hell of a lot of trouble. Will they be able to pick up all 3 of these kills? Lava running for his life. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. 5-1 now kills in favor of the Spiders. And that was a little bit of desperation coming from Rise Gaming, and it gets turned around on them beautifully. No TP from the side of PK, and you gotta question Rise Gaming with a TP disadvantage going. Actually, I believe it was canceled here. But crucially here, K was able to buy enough distance that Rise Gaming could not quite collapse on him. And the TP down from Nexus was a lot sooner than that of PK. And the tower was taken down. If only he had gone to a minion. I still don't think it wouldn't have mattered because the rotation came in from Wako a lot sooner. Corki did not have that option available to him. They just collapsed a lot sooner as a team, and they were able to take that down. And now we have the swap coming down. They're going to look to knock down this top tower well. And this is what they were lacking from last game. They had a good laning phase with the Varus Zyra, but it's a lot harder to take towers with such a short range 80 carry. The Tristana is going to offer a lot more when it comes to knocking down these towers. Poppy just going to be on a bot lane duty for now. Just going to look to clear those waves out. Probably not going to apply a lot of pressure. Just looking to hold this Camille at bay. Will be the rotation here from the bot lane. PK going to be hanging around a little bit longer just to grab this CS up. He's got a bit of time before he has to return to the bot side. Again, this Kassadin 3-0-0 now. Wako is popping off once again in this game. We'll see if they're able to actually close it out this time. This game is going to be a lot about vision. Because the YE Spiders want to take advantage of the vision so they can rotate in between these towers. On the side of Rise Gaming, it's all about the vision so they can actually force these fights properly. That's what their team comp is all about here. Worth pointing out that Rise Gaming do have the option to do a little bit of split pushing, but it is a bit dangerous when you have so much pick potential as well from the side of the Spiders, so these team comps have a little bit of options to them. Spiders definitely taking advantage of those options a lot better so far this game. Pulling out to about a 4,000 gold advantage. That's just under 15 minutes into this one. They're going to be feeling quite good about this one. Package onto Wuji. Doubt he's going to be making plays. He's not too strong right now on that Corki. He's got the Hex Drinker Rush that was forced out because, again, it's the Kassadin Elise combo. He's only got the Sheen to his name right now, so it's going to take a while before he gets that Trinity Force Power Spike. See if Spiders are able to take advantage of the rotation. Looks like they're getting caught out for now. Nice Lantern, though. Beautiful positioning from K. Playing that one very defensively. They had a feeling something was going on. They're able to dissuade the aggression, and that will be a Dragon start thanks to Lava being on the top side. It should be a pretty free one unless they're able to get down there. Feeling they're going to be giving this one up. That's another objective going to the side of the Spiders early on in this one. That's a rocket jump forward on the top side here from Breeze, looking to take advantage of the fact that the support was out of lane. Fate's Call bringing him gap. Koala not quite going to land the CC. K missing his skill shot as well, so they're having some fun in the top lane. Trading a little bit of cooldowns back and forth. Epic is hanging around on this bot side, looking to shut down the Camille even further. Corki being shut down all on his own here. Wako doing a great job on this Kassadin, taking advantage of those 3 kills. It's going to be the recall coming out actually from Wuji. He does have the TP if he wants to use it. 3-man strong here in the mid lane, and that is going to force the TP out of Wuji. Get back to lane, tries to not lose as many CS as possible. He's already down 20. He doesn't want to be down anymore. As continuation of the aggression on the top side, Tristana, as we mentioned, so good at taking these towers. This is the adaptation that came down from the Spiders. They realized last game they weren't quite able to knock down the objectives, and that really stunted their split-pushing composition from getting online. Made the adaptation, and it's going to be a question if Rise Gaming can survive long enough. Here comes the stun. It will land, but the rocket jump was able to get executed first, so he's able to get out of that one. Breeze able to play so aggressively here in this lane. He's so far ahead. They got all the pressure. Even Epic is on the top side of the map right now. They might look to turn their attention now that the Dragon's going to this top side. They got the Rift Trail to take. They got the top tower to take. They may just try to grab some vision control of the red side of Rise Gaming's jungle and look to aggressively pursue this tower. Going to be the recall for now for Breeze. He has that IE finished off. Big power spike for him. He's looking for the damage onto the turret. Speaking of damage, Fuji taking a healthy amount of his own, and the magic damage shield is going to do wonders for Wako. Basically take almost 0 damage from that trade. Fuji in a hell of a lot of trouble here. He's going to call some reinforcements down. Looks like Koala is able to avoid the hook. K patiently playing. He's fallen behind a decent amount in levels here, but his team, on the other hand, is quite the opposite story. Feeling very good about where they are right now. Definitely look for the Spiders to start to group up as a unit and move into this topside jungle. This tower should just go down right now. Tristana going to be doing a hell of a lot of damage with that explosive shot. It's going to be the roam up from Thresh, making sure the AD carry is safe. He may have to respect it. Back off for now. Koala stunned, going to miss. Lava is on the top side. And now on the bottom side, flash away from PK. It's not going to be enough, though. Nexus picks up the kill. Epic catching him off guard. You think we're going to go top lane and secure the objectives? Nah, we're just going to keep shutting down this Camille. PK struggling right now. 2-0-2 onto the Poppy. And if Poppy can get ahead and shut down the split push from PK, there's going to be very little chance here for Rise Gaming to get the engages that they want. The ideal situation for Rise Gaming is to have pressure on the Camille, and then she can start working to do these TP flanks and force the fights along with the rest of her team. Right now, Epic doing a great job on the Elise once again. It's looking even better than Game 1, which is what they need because they weren't able to close out Game 1. They have the Tristana as well to continue to knock down these objectives. You can bet Wako onto this Kassadin is going to, at some point here, move into one of the side lanes. Probably once they knock down this top tower. They might even call the rotation early. I have a feeling they're going to keep Tristana up here until they're able to slowly knock it down. No rush here right now for the Spiders. You have to respect the engage coming from the side of Rise Gaming. Lava on that Sejuani. Of course, the Callista Turret combo. You have to actually point out so far that the support bands coming from the side of the Spiders paying off quite nicely. Forcing Koala onto that Tarek. He doesn't look quite as comfortable on that one. Takes a little bit more time. You kind of have to have a lead target to make it work super well, because when you can get those dives off with that ult, it's actually really powerful. But if you're on the back foot the whole time, sometimes it's a struggle. The mid lane tower was taken down pretty much the same time as the top lane, so it's now 4-0 towers in favor of the Spiders. They are absolutely running away with this game right now. What a 6,000 gold lead in their favor under 20 minutes into this game. If they're not able to close this one out, you really gotta question the macro play coming out of the Spiders, but they are definitely working so far here. PK does not have flash on the Camille, going to look to hookshot away. Will he be able to dodge the Cocoon though? The answer is no. The stun will come through. That's another kill going over to the Poppy, and they're now pressuring onto an inhibitor tower. Wako is going to be zoning off the rest of the team. He's just going to play it out casually. The recall's forced from the side of Rise Gaming. They are all of a sudden about to lose their base. They're going to have to look for the desperation engage here. They do land a stun on Nexus, but he's pretty tanky onto that Poppy. Hook will land from K, looking to dissuade the aggression. Will not work. Kalista going to get a billion stacks, and they will pick up a trade kill. Spiders getting a bit too antsy there. They saw the inhibitor towers in their eyes, couldn't resist. No flash from the side of Nexus, stepping a bit too far forward. It's going to be one kill given over, but it really won't matter that much, because Rise Gaming will be able to get absolutely nothing off the back end of that. Have to point out as well, the Baron taking from Spiders is actually pretty good. Tristana and Elise combo does a very healthy amount of damage, so if Rise Gaming lose vision of that for too long, it is a realistic objective. I don't think it's going to come quite this early, but they will have to respect it, and Spiders might look to use that as an opportunity to pull the resources even further around the map from Rise Gaming, spread them as thin as possible. Now that all the outer towers are down, Kassadin probably going to look to get the split push going eventually. Poppy for now going to be answering the Camille in the bot lane, has a better matchup utility-wise. Wako 3-0-0 onto this Kassadin. Rod of Ages and Lichbane completed. Wuji is able to pick up the Trinity Force for himself, so he's able to trade back a little bit better now, but still definitely struggling in this matchup. He's got the package for himself. 6 seconds onto the Infernal Drake. Spiders have taken complete vision control of this area. It's going to be a bit of a miracle if Rise Gaming want to try to fight this one. But they're looking for that miracle. Lockdown onto Wako. He might have stepped a bit too far forward. Lava's going to drop as well, though. No, he gets the Tarkal through. That's one kill for O now for the side of Rise Gaming. They pick up the Fed Kassadin. Nexus has to be careful. It's Breeze actually getting stunned up. He rocket jumps away, trying to buy some time. Heal goes through. Nice hook landing onto Corki. Fate's Call comes up. Koala trying to close the distance. K now finds himself getting ulted by a Sejuani, and he goes down too. That is 2 kills for the side of Rise Gaming. And oh goodness, this is looking a little bit too much like game 1. Spiders not respecting. All they needed to do is turn around onto that dragon and stay grouped. But instead, they step too far forward, and that's what the Camille pick does so well. It can force the teamfights even harder. As you can see, they didn't have vision on Camille, and he was able to just... They did, actually, which makes it even worse. And they weren't quite grouped. Rise Gaming just group up with the team fighting team comp. They find the lockdown onto the Kassadin. Spiders not playing to their team composition's advantages. They don't have quite enough of a gold lead just to walk into the face of Rise Gaming yet. And it's going to be 2 kills and an Infernal Drake over to this team fighting composition. It's quite the opposite of what you want to do if you're a YE Spider player. Still a massive gold lead though for Spiders. They've got a much bigger lead than they did in the first game, which is why I'm not as worried, even though they gave over that pretty bad trade. They should still be able to close this one out very relatively easily, but not a good sign. They're gonna have to learn from that mistake and look to not do it again. They have given over a lot of pressure though. This is where they struggled the last time. They gave over that one team fight, and then all of a sudden they felt like they were just falling apart. They couldn't get set up back in the split push. They got to come together as a team here and make it work. Wako, as you can see with the vision, struggling. He's got to be careful on the top side. He just used a Rift Walk to go forward. They might look to go aggressive. Don't quite have the ability to close the distance just yet. That's going to cause the mid lane aggression. Breeze jumping forward onto Wuji, scaring him off. Little Pumpkin on top is going to spook him a little bit, but he's going to be fine. Nexus on the rotation over, does not have TP. TP advantage to the side of Rise Gaming, although they're getting pushed in all 3 lanes, so it's not really going to matter for now. Spiders looking to step back up into this 1-3-1 composition they have going for themselves right now. Nexus not really going to be pressuring the towers, just looking to keep PK at bay. Rise Gaming here, looking for another good team fight like they had last time. It does depend a little bit on one of the Spider members over-engaging. But that is why vision is so important right now for Rise Gaming. If they can actually spot out somebody pushing too far forward and get the clean engage off, we'll be able to slow this split push down even more. And once they can scale up, get some items, they can really look to start forcing these fights even harder. Spiders, though, still very far ahead. They just need to make sure they get the proper vision. They don't run face first into the team fighting composition. That is step 1 in playing the split push. Breeze here on this Tristana. He's got the 2 items for himself. Liv, though, Little V, I should say, has 2 items of his own, and the Kalista 2-item Power Spike can be better than Tristana. It depends how the game's working. If it's just a purely tower-focused split push game, then Tristana will have the advantage because she's got the range and the tower damage. But if we get into a team fight, Little V will be doing a lot more work with those 2 items. 4 assists onto Breeze there, so he's feeling pretty good about himself. Probably wants a few more kills, but he'll be okay with that. Wacko actually looking to get the chase down. He might have gone a little bit too far aggressive. He should be able to kill, but he will be trading over his life in response here. That's a 1-for-1. Nice rotation coming from Rise Gaming. And a 1-for-1 trade is very good for them. They have given up mid priority, though. This will be the tower going down. I don't think they'll be able to quite engage in time. I say that. They are looking for it. Breeze having to get lanterned out, and they will save the mid tower. Good little play there from Rise Gaming, recognizing they have the ability to push them off. Ping's going down onto the mid lane. They do want to take this tower. It will be very crucial in continuing the split push power. If they're able to knock it down, no Sejuani ult or Kalista ult on the side of Rise Gaming, so their engage is very, very hurting at the moment. They're going to look for more of a brute force style engage, as the Lantern will bring Nexus to safety. 8-5 kills, 25.5 minutes into this one. Gold lead has shrunk a little bit. Rise Gaming able to put a stop to this split pushing for now. Again, the Spiders macro game getting called a little bit into question. They're still not able to quite set up and punish right now. I'd really like them to see them get better vision of that top side. The red side jungle for Rise Gaming. Look to move in there as a unit. Slowly get vision control of the area so that they're able to rotate between the top and mid towers more efficiently and also pressure the Baron at the same time. Kassadin being on that bottom side was a bit puzzling. They were just looking for the quick catch on the PK, but the collapse came in from Rise Gaming and they hadn't set up on any other points of the map, so they weren't able to punish it very well. Nice hook here landing, though, onto Lava. They think they might have a decent catch. Breeze jumping forward. Don't think they're going to get much off that. Sejuani off whiffs from the side of Lava, so they're going to have to be a little bit more patient. Nice hook landing from K there. Does force out the Sejuani ult, so they're going to have a little bit of time window here where Rise Gaming probably doesn't want to engage too aggressively. Koala getting a bit caught out onto this tower. He will be able to get away. Wacko showing some aggression here. Almost hit that level 16 power spike on the Kassadin. That's where your ult cooldown drops significantly and the damage goes up a lot. And this is exactly what I want to see from Spiders. I did mention the take better vision control of this area and look to split push between these two towers. Catch Rise Gaming out on a bad rotation. Koala pretty hurting here. Liv taking a bit of damage himself. And there is the insane tower damage coming from Breeze right now. He's hit that 3-item power spike on the Tristana, and this is where this matchup starts to turn around a lot. 3 items onto the Tristana is a very scary thought if you're on the side of Rise Gaming. Poppy just trying to keep PK hemmed in right now. Make sure he doesn't get these flanks off. Locking down these members, the backline Spiders. They're going to spot out Koala there, cheekily trying to force an engage. Nice bit of damage will be landed. Mid tower almost dropping as well. They just got to be patient that they don't get a collapsed on as long as they keep spreading the resources. Epic doing a good job zoning out Lava. He's pretty tanky though. Got to be a little bit careful. He's got the Warmog Cinderhawk combo complete. As long as they just slowly push in these lanes, they should be fine. Start knocking down these towers and then start to look to exude pressure onto the Baron as well. Lava looking for the desperation engage, does not quite land it. K does land the re-engage hook though. Taric ult's going to be dropped to buy themselves some time, but the tower will go down for YE Spiders, and they're happy with that. They're going to disengage. Things going down to the top side. The recall is coming from Wacko. He does have TP though. Decides to stay, making sure the mid lane pressure keeps up. Breeze will have the Lantern safety, so he'll be able to pick up this tower and get out scot-free. Both the towers finally falling. Great job by YE Spider resetting up the split pushing. Able to get it down. Start to put this team comp to work. Rise Gaming now on the back foot. They keep trying to find these engages, but it's not working as of late. Lava with a few whiffed ults here on the Sejuani. Red buff will be spawning. That'll be picked up by Lil V, no question about it. So he's going to grab that one up for himself. Will be very useful if they're able to find a team fight. Unfortunately, if they're not, it won't matter at all. Now what you're going to look to see from YE Spiders, they may look to go and pick up that Cloud Drake. It will help a little bit in the rotations from each lane, but they're definitely going to look to take and maintain vision of this Baron and even maybe look to spread the resources thin here from Rise Gaming. If they can push into these inhibitor towers, they have a lot more room to back off and threaten the Baron. What they want to do is they don't want to force a 5v5, but they want to get these crucial team fights where they can pick off a member from Rise Gaming. Somebody like a Taric or even Lava if they're able to get close enough. You have a decent amount of damage onto the side of the YE Spiders. Looking For a bit of a set-up play onto Cassidy. He's just going to pop the blast cone and get away here. Looking to keep and maintain vision control, as we mentioned, of this Baron area. It's going to force Rise Gaming into a lot of bad face check situations. There's a lot of CC from the side of the Spiders if they look to get the pick down. Camille's starting to scale a little bit. You can see she's starting to push back Nexus onto this Poppy. Even though he has the kill advantage, the matchup will naturally start to tilt in Camille's favor when she starts getting those late game items. Has to be careful he doesn't get collapsed upon, though. Spiders looking to pull and push the members of Rise Gaming across the map and separate them as much as possible. Really break apart this team fighting composition. Here's a little bit of an engage to the top side. Wacko able to avoid the sun. Looks like it's a bit of a rotation. Lava actually with a nice little flank going on. Might look to lock up the member. Tarek Alt is going to buy a little bit of time. Liv trying to do his best to drop as much damage as possible. K dropping pretty low. Wacko pops Zonius, but he's hurting here. Comes to Camille Alt. First kill goes over to Spider. Second kill down. Trade kill goes on to the Camille, but she goes down. Trades her life in return, and this is the team fight Spiders were looking for. They take advantage of the rotation. It was the aggression coming out from Rise Gaming, but they were the ones who were caught off guard in the top lane initially, and they weren't able to group up fast enough, and that is the Spiders finally pushing and pulling the members of Rise Gaming around enough call the team fight. They win it. They're able to take down this top inhibitor tower, and they will be able to take the inhibitor down as well. The respawn times from the side of Rise Gaming still a little bit off, so they might be able to take 2 towers off of this one. You're going to have to play it a little carefully, though. The top inhibitor will go down eventually here to Breeze. They might just have to back off. Timer is pretty low here. They will be the spawning coming out. Breeze looking to get as much damage as possible. Min-maxing on this Tristana. I like it. As you can see, Lava did get in a good position, but he had no follow-up from his team. That was crucially. The Wuji and Koala, who were going to provide a lot of the follow-up CC and damage, weren't able to get here. PK flying in on this Camille. Looking to maybe pop the ult a little bit earlier. Wasn't quite able to close the distance. The Spiders able to get off a lot more in that fight. Able to take the team fight win quite convincingly. Now as we jump back to live, there is going to be that top lane constantly pushing in for the side of the Spiders. Cassidy looks like he might be heading down to this bot side. He does have to TP up, so as long as he can keep pressure onto that tower, Spiders can also look to pressure the Baron at the same time. Look to continue to spread the resources thin here from Rise Gaming, and again look for those picks, or just force the Baron straight up. They might be looking to regroup here, catch Rise Gaming off guard. They may even think that they're strong enough here just to force fights. They are 10k gold up, a little bit over it actually, so may just think that that's enough to counter the team composition. Breeze jumping into 2 members here. Might need to be a bit careful. Camille Alt is going to stop him from being sent back to the Thresh. He does able to flash out. Lil V, meanwhile, is going to drop. Tarek Alt is not going to be enough to save him. YE Spiders looking to finish it off just with this team fight. That's 2 kills already. The hook lands onto PK. He goes down as well. Jump forward from Breeze. He is feeling super confident on this Tristana. That is going to be the mid lane inhibitor tower dropping, followed by the inhibitor. This should be game to Spiders. All they got to do is push down these last 2 Nexus towers. It's going to be a 5v2. Laba and Wuji praying to whatever gods they believe in. They need some sort of miracle fight here. I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be the first Nexus tower dropping. TP coming in from Wacko just for a little extra securance. That will be game 2 going to Spiders. They make the beautiful adaptation with the Tristana pick, and they're able to knock down all the towers. Finally be able to snowball that lead with the Elise pick. I'm expecting Elise ban in the next game coming out from the side of Rise Gaming, actually. Nicely played by the Spiders. Will the upset happen? Will they be able to topple one of the top teams here in LMS? Stay tuned and find out in Game 3 coming up very shortly.